We start with the biggest question in the universe. Why can't I play against 3 Nefanerus? Just unlock the code. He's already created. Give your player base a challenge with something you already have, instead of trying to create something which is not proven yet and maybe never will come, like a full star AI. And Nefaneru has proven himself. Nef, we love you. Why do the other two, Concordia, Isaranito, have even 1 star? They are doing nothing, maybe even a little less, besides taking away the islands I wanted. And even worse, they are not using them to fight each other. I show you in a sec what I'm talking about. And one more thing out of this starting menu. Nefaneru has just 4 stars. So, what does a 5-star AI look like? Let me know in the comments what you think it should be like. In this video I'm going to talk about the current issues of the AI players' behavior in Anno 117, as well as some ideas how to solve them. In the first part we speak about the 2 useless AIs, Saranito and Concordia, as well as some general issues, and the second part we are going to talk about Nefaneru a little more in detail, as he is in my opinion the key to a longer lasting and more challenging endgame. Interactions and dynamics between the AIs is something the game is missing completely. I did let run my late game after the patch 1.5 with the DLC activated to see if something has changed, but no actions were taken by none of them. They do not have to be the biggest warlords in the universe. Nef is doing already the warlord job, but they should at least be able to exploit and react to weaknesses of all players at every stage in the game, as well as to accumulate some naval and army forces over time. Let's talk about some examples. As you can see in the background, in this late game, Nef was already taken out by the Emperor, but none of the others did even try to exploit this situation or to get an easy conquerable island. Also, the stats are in their favor. Let's check Sara's stats in comparison to Nefaneru's. Sara for sure has a smaller army size, but is unable to acknowledge that most of this army are troops from the governor's villa, which can't be shipped around, so she wouldn't have to fight his army at once. And even worse, she's unable to read that Nefaneru has no naval fleet left. Out of these numbers, we get a bunch of scenarios, which should trigger something in the code. Like, first, create a naval blockade to deny the transport of Nefaneru's remaining troops and weaken his economy. And second, to build up his siege to compensate her current army size. And third, to execute the siege to take over an island over time. And out of these actions, a third player could gain some advantage, like us human players primarily, to calculate his next step. I do not have a huge army myself, or a naval fleet, because why should I? They won't come for me anyways. To close this chapter, I think it is a shame, because Anno as a game loses a lot of potential with this missing interactions and dynamics. Not talking about the very well and already existing army system. The final chapter is just about Nefaneru, because he's the best. We love you, Nefaneru! Nefaneru is actually challenging, especially after one of the previous patches. But he's out challenging himself until the moment he starts the rebellion and is taken out by the Emperor. However, until this moment you have to work around him, building some small warships to play some shoot and scoop with him, using retreat tactics, making use of some starting towers as well as your harbored catapult. The stress of Nefaneru's war declaration really sweetens the game. In the same way like trying to get your first island fast before one of the AI players gets your chosen land, as well as trying to level up as fast as possible to get all the mid-game benefits, like enough workforce through main buildings and a nice big balance to actually be able to sustain a small naval fleet to defend yourself, or building a small army to raise your stats so Nefaneru does not even dare to try to get to you. I do think that it's just fair that the Emperor attacks Nefaneru like he would attack a human player. But maybe the Anno team should make the Emperor's army and naval fleet statistics visible. maybe even for each wave, like one of the other player's statistic. So Nefaneru could calculate his chances against the Emperor, like he does against us. For example, once you have a good combination of defensive, army and naval power, he does actually send you an offer for a defensive pact and or a trade treaty.
Don't be a baby teabag. It ain't that hard.